Hey, so in terms of how heavy you want to be going in terms of your weights, I would always say if you're new to sessions, start light and work up, even though there's something sometimes really satisfying about going, yeah, I did that really heavy weight. If it then means that you're really tight the next day, you risk getting injured or you risk not being able to train effectively the next day. So, or the day after, or the day after. So start light and work up. So again, if you've got adjustable dumbbells, that gives you the option to start with a relatively light weight and then build up as you go. Once you have built up to a point where you no longer feel sore the next day after doing an exercise and you are confident on your technique, you're listening to the cues I'm saying, and when I say them, you're not going, oh God, I need to change that, I need to change that, I need to change that. You're going, yep, if you're looking in your mirror or at your phone to see, and you're copying the kind of position that I'm making or what I'm describing. If you feel confident with your technique, then I'm a big fan of us using heavier weights. It depends where you are in your training. If you've got a big race coming up at the weekend, or even if you into kind of a big phase of training, supposing you're training for a marathon, a half Ironman, an Ironman, you do not want to be trying to go heavy. You just want to be at maintenance, and you want to just be kind of keeping your muscles working, but really not pushing it. But if we're in the off season, or if you haven't got anything coming up, then I would be trying to go heavy. I would be trying to get to the point where I can do, say, 8 to 12 reps. And by the time I get to the end of those 12 reps, I could do maybe 1, maybe 2 reps more. But I can feel that my form's starting to break down, and I certainly wouldn't be doing any more than that. So I can do my kind of 8 to 12, and I've got 1 or 2 in reserve to make sure my technique hasn't broken down, but I couldn't do more than that. I do more reps than that in this session because most people I'm working with are using much lighter weights. And so for them to get to the point of feeling, yep, I've worked that muscle and I couldn't go much longer than that, we're going for about 45 seconds to a minute. But if you are using heavier weights and you can't do the 45 seconds to a minute, brilliant, because I want you doing less reps with a heavier weight. So do your less reps and then just take a break. While I'm carrying on going with the lighter weight, you take a break, because if you're using heavier weights, you need a longer break. So please don't let the fact that my intervals go on for, like I say, 45 seconds to a minute stop you using heavier weights. I would rather you do less reps, heavier weight, take a break. If you don't have the option of those heavier weights, then hopefully in that minute or so interval we are getting to that point of saying, yeah, I could only do a few more. If you're not, then do you have an option of getting some heavier weights? Do you have the option of doing these sessions in the gym? Do you have the option of getting some adjustable dumbbells or something that will allow you to go heavier? Don't let the cost be a barrier to you getting something done. Better to do something than not be able to do it at all. But if you do have the option of taking the weights up a bit heavier, then that would be my strong advice. Particularly if you're a woman, we need to make sure we hold on to our muscle mass as we go through menopause. And you may be nowhere near that yet, but as we go through menopause, we lose estrogen, we lose that ability to hold on to so much muscle. We have to work a lot harder to retain it. The more we've got before we start menopause, the easier then it is, because we've got a bigger reserve. And once we're going through menopause, we really have to work to retain it. So building in that strength work is really, really essential, whatever gender you are, but particularly if you are female. Okay, I hope that helps. Enjoy going heavy with those weights.